That's a question I ask myself a lot, where I see myself in the future. There's a few career plans that I'm looking at right now, a few things I want to study. One of them, I want to study science communication or science writing. I really like it because it's sort of at the intersection of writing and math and science, which I like both of them. And I've done some work on my blog actually, writing about scientific concepts and trying to make things that might seem complicated, make them accessible to lay people so that anybody can read and learn about science without having to know all the jargon, what you might experience if you read actual medical literature, actual scientific studies. They're not very fun to read. They're very dull and boring, and they have a lot of crazy words going on. So I try to sort of synthesize it in a way that's a little more palatable, I suppose. Competitive rock climbing is it's a pretty niche sport, I suppose. It's growing, but it's still pretty small. It's a pretty tight-knit community. A lot of people probably are unacquainted with it because it's a pretty new sport. It recently became an Olympic sport, so it's starting to become legitimized, I suppose, but it's sort of little known to a lot of people. And I guess hopefully through this and just through the Olympics and through a lot of things, it's getting more exposure, so people are becoming more acquainted with it, which is really exciting. But yeah, it's really fun. I think it's one of the coolest sports that anybody can do. It's super fun. The community's great, and yeah, I just love rock climbing. Well, the Freeman Scholastic Bowl team has been really fun for me. So I actually started doing it at the beginning of last year. One of my good friends has been doing it since he was a freshman, and he actually got me into it. And so winning the Battle of the Brains with the Scholastic Bowl team last year was such an amazing experience because we just didn't expect to. 3 of the 4 of us hadn't competed before, and we just had a really great season, and we were all really excited about it. And it was just really fun because I competed as a rock climber, and that's a very individual sport, and so I'm not very used to competing on a team and having sort of that sort of energy. I mean, I train with a group of kids, and we sort of feed off of each other's energy when we're training, but I've never really competed on a team before in a really competitive setting, and so it was amazing for me to sort of get to experience that in a different way, and that was just super fun to have a great time with those group of guys.